It's more than just being sort of a social media warrior. Get out there and do something.
Coming up on News Live at 6, how local businesses are working to combat ICE operations as the nationwide crackdown continues.
And SU's connection to Epstein, how the infamous pedophile paid for one student's tuition. All that and more when News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
In front of us are just some of the documents found in the newly released Epstein files that mention Syracuse University. Welcome to News Live at 6 for this Thursday. I'm Luke Welch.
And I'm Kaitlin Campbell. The documents mentioning the university include emails and banking statements which show Epstein paid more than $100,000 to SU's for a student's tuition.
Some of these checks identify the student as Taylor Visosky, the daughter of Epstein's longtime pilot, Larry Visosky.
Taylor was enrolled at SU from 2009 to 2013 as a public relations major at Newhouse. Documents released by the Department of Justice show Epstein was contracted by Larry Visosky, asking him to help Taylor get an internship with the 2012 Olympics.
Taylor also directly emailed Epstein in 2013, thanking him for critiquing an essay that she wrote in an application to Harvard.
Epstein also loaned Taylor in an apartment while she interviewed for a job with the Discovery Channel. None of the documents show Taylor had any knowledge of Epstein's crimes at the time.
Well, downtown, some businesses are showing their solidarity with immigrants and refugees through donations.
Our Katie Jamroga joins us in studio to detail how one is providing funds to support them.
Thanks, guys. Within the past week, multiple businesses in the Syracuse area have donated to the Syracuse Immigration and Refugee Defense Network. Parthenon Books, a bookstore on South Salina Street in downtown Syracuse, was among the supporters. The store donated 50% of their sales to the Refugee Defense Network last Friday. I spoke with Ann Duddy, co-owner and manager of Parthenon Books, about the importance of a bookstore specifically being involved in these causes.
It's got to go beyond the cash register. It has to be us engaging with the community and talking about why this sort of thing is important to us. And I think that literacy, books, that sort of thing really opens up the door for conversation.
Parthenon is a prime example of a small business becoming socially involved during dire events. But Duddy also urges the public to pay attention to the actions of larger corporations during these times.
Honestly, what we really need to be doing is focusing on what these big businesses are doing. You know, Home Depot allowing ICE to come in, Spotify putting ads out to hire ICE, that sort of thing. We need to be focused on what the corporations are doing, because if they're closed for a day, it's not going to hurt their bottom line. If a small business is closed for a day or they give donations, they end up having to take on more than just speaking up.
Duddy tells us she hopes to implement more efforts like this in the future. For CitrusTV News, I'm Katie Jamroga. Back to you guys.
Katie, thanks so much for your coverage. Well, taking a look outside right now, it feels like we finally got out of that long stretch of just brutal cold temperatures. It's still cold, still below freezing, but it's a little bit better now.
Well, I have to say, I was walking outside today and I texted my roommates right away being like, oh my gosh, it's actually warm out. And then I have to remember, okay, warm for us now is 18, 19 degrees, not in the negatives anymore.
And the sun's been out, it's helping, but outside right now is our weather anchor, Sophia Braun. Sophia, how's it feeling right now?
Guys, it is just as cold as it looks outside right now. Temperatures are sitting at 19 degrees. It feels more like 3 degrees though because of this wind chill, which is 16 miles per hour. Looking ahead to tonight though, temperatures are going to dip down to just about 14 degrees and it's going to feel like 10 degrees. And that's because the wind chill will be slowing down overnight with 7 miles per hour winds. Let's take a look around the region though for right now. At this time, Cortland is sitting at 16 degrees. Similarly, in Utica, temperatures are sitting at 16 degrees. Just north of us in Oswego, temperatures are sitting at 20 degrees. Over in Rochester, we've got temperatures at 18 degrees. And just south of us in Ithaca and Binghamton, temperatures are sitting at 17 degrees right now. Those temperatures are going to stay pretty consistent throughout the night, but it's time for me to go defrost, and I'll be back inside with your 5-day forecast in just a little bit. Guys.
Sophia, we'll see you soon. Well, you know, it's actually colder in Syracuse right now than it is in Italy, and that's because Syracuse women's ice hockey will see 3 members of the Orange community at the 2026 Olympics starting this week. Former SU players Melissa Piacentini of Canada and Akane Hosoyotomada of Team Japan are in Milan. The preliminary rounds of the event started today and will continue through February 19th. Coach Brittany Smith will also serve as an assistant for Team Canada.
And staying on the ice, the Ellis Field Park Ice Skating Rink and Cunningham Pavilion is offering free open skate through this weekend. Reservations will be for 1 hour at a time, with the schedule available on the Village of East Syracuse website. Concessions and free hot chocolate will also be available. Reservations can be made by emailing the rec department at the email on your screen.
The Banff Center Film Festival, which features original nature movies, came to North Syracuse Junior High last night. Our Jess Hooten takes us there to give us a behind-the-scenes look at the production and how their fundraising is making a local impact.
Here at North Syracuse Junior High, the Banff Center Film Festival is kicking off. The auditorium is filling with viewers excited to experience the journeys seen in the films.
This is just one stop on the tour for these nature films, which began in December. The event was hosted in partnership with the youth volunteer organization, Friends of the Canteen, led by Brianna Eccles.
It's very cool to watch all these amazing outdoorsy things, like 5-year-olds rock climbing. One of our great stories today is a woman who was told that she would never be able to do this ultra marathon.
Volunteers and sponsors helped to create an experience for attendees to find a relationship with adventure. Greg Summer with Central Rock Gym said he hopes people can discover rock climbing through the films.
And if you're coming to shows like this and inspired by what you're seeing in there, there's a community there for you.
The Banff Center's mission is to bring people together, which was certainly accomplished last night. People of all ages and backgrounds came together to watch the stories unfold. Friends of the Canteen will be using the money raised to support the Canteen, a youth center for kids 8th through 12th grade. Eccles hopes for viewers
A need for adventure, you know, who doesn't want to go skiing or climbing Mount Everest, stuff like that.
The organization's tour around North America will continue in the coming months. Event dates can be found on the Banff Center's website. For Citrus TV News, I'm Jess Hooten.
Jess, thank you. Well, it's the Age of Aquarius here in the Salt City as the Baldwinsville Theater Guild opens their production of Hair at the Everson Art Museum.
That's where we find our Isabella Galan. Isabella, what's going on at the stage tonight?
That's right. It is the opening night of Baldwinsville Theater Guild's production of Hair, a rock musical that tells the story of the Tribe, which is a group of politically active youth from the 60s fighting against the corruption of the Vietnam War. Now, I had a chance to go to rehearsals earlier this week and get an inside look at how this show from the 60s still holds up in 2026.
A musical almost 6 decades old opens its curtain tonight at the Everson Museum, bringing love, good vibes, and classic hits to Syracuse. Since its debut in 1967, Hair has faced scrutiny for its use of strong language, depiction of drugs, sexuality, anti-Vietnam War themes, and in some versions of the production, nudity, making it harder to fill seats.
It's doing well, not as well as others, just because I think it's a little more acquired taste show than something like Rent, which we did last year.
But for BTG, what is more important than popularity is the message.
While we would love to have blockbusters every time, the blockbusters don't always give a message, and Hair actually gives a really good, important message of love and acceptance and understanding.
Keeping this show relevant even 60 years later.
It's a rough world that we're in right now. It's hard for a lot of people in many different ways. And I think this show not only acknowledges the fact that people have the freedom to speak out about those things, but also the fact that we still have the ability to love each other through hard times.
If you're feeling overwhelmed by the news, if you're feeling, like you can't do anything or whatever you're doing is not enough, this show reminds you that there's no action that's too small to take.
Tonight's opening night performance starts at 7 p.m., but the show will last until February 8th. And if you still want to get tickets, you can on baldwinsvilletheaterguild.org. Reporting in downtown Syracuse at the Everson Museum, for Citrus TV News, I'm Isabella Galan.
Isabella, thank you so much. Now for the latest, Syracuse Nob Hill Apartments is facing a foreclosure notice due to an overdue loan of more than $50 million. The complex has also received multiple ongoing code violations and is now facing a lawsuit from the city. Tenants have voiced their concerns about the violations, which include a lack of heat, maintenance issues, and safety concerns.
Well, to Albany, where state Senate Democrats are advancing legislation to lower utility rates across New York. The package of bills looks to further assist the Public Service Commission with resources to evaluate rate hike impacts, as well as preventing expanded profit margins for providers. These include prohibiting funds from going to lobbying and advertising campaigns, providing notices for proposed price increases, and refunds for those who suffer from longstanding outages.
Still to come on Live at 6, what Representative John Mannion had to say on a possible Trump impeachment and the latest release of Epstein files in a telephone town hall.
Plus, the deadline hits as the search continues for Nancy Guthrie. What we know regarding the case now, when News Live at 6 returns.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. What? My. Oh.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the CitrusTV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at CitrusTV News, your campus news leader.
Welcome back into News Live at 6. Representative John Mannion held a telephone town hall last night from his Washington office. Congressman Mannion covered a wide range of issues, including the possible impeachment of President Trump, the Epstein files, and ICE.
Our Boone Kilpatrick is in studio with what he said. Hey, Boone.
Thanks, Kaitlin. Mannion spoke to constituents for an hour last night on mostly national issues. The event was open for people to call in with questions. Some callers had local concerns, like affordability and energy costs. Mannion expounded on his membership on affordable energy committees in Washington and assured callers he was committed to keeping utility costs low as possible. Take a listen.
I demanded that the Public Service Commission in the state of New York, of which I am not a legislator any longer, not raise the rates for utility companies across the state. But unfortunately, that rate increase was significant.
But many more were concerned with ICE and what the representative would do to keep central New York safe. More still were curious about Mannion's plans to hold those named in the Epstein files accountable, including President Trump. But perhaps most interesting was a question from Jennifer in Bridgeport. She asked Mannion if there was a plan in place to impeach President Trump following a presumed blue wave coming in the midterms. This was Mannion's answer.
impeachment question. Do I believe that the president has committed impeachable acts? I do. So when we do take the gavel in 2027, there will be hearings, investigations, and a case built.
Mannion referenced President Trump's cryptocurrency and stated that those who were buying the coin were getting special privileges and favors. He also stated that the weaponization of the DOJ and his threats against the First Amendment were also impeachable. Mannion told callers that articles of impeachment had been brought to the House floor 3 times in this session, but that he had only voted in favor once, believing that the move didn't have enough political support. However, he expressed a strong will to carry out an impeachment should the midterms prove a large enough swing for the Democrats. Guys?
Boone, thank you for your coverage. We move to the latest in Arizona as Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos announced earlier that there still is no proof of life in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. The sheriff says that blood found on the porch of Guthrie's home matched Nancy's and that she was likely taken against her will.
Nanos also went on to say there are still no suspects, however, provided more details on the ransom note given to news outlets. The ransom letter included a first deadline of 5 p.m. and a second of Monday the 9th. The FBI has announced a $50,000 reward for information leading to the recovery of Guthrie.
While specifics are unclear, the sheriff's office has released a timeline of events from her disappearance 5 days ago. Last Saturday, officials confirmed that the Guthrie family dropped Nancy off at home with confirmation from garage door records.
At 1:47 a.m., the home doorbell camera disconnects with software detecting a person on camera 25 minutes later. State police are unable to confirm that a person triggered the sensor due to a lack of subscription service on the camera. Investigators also confirmed that the front door camera is also missing from the home. Before the family attempted to reach out to Nancy in the morning, her pacemaker app disconnected from her phone. While the sheriff does believe that Guthrie is still alive, he is urging the community to stay patient and vigilant.
And coming up, I'll have a look at your 5-day forecast. Stay with us.
Rolling.
Sound is speeding.
Can you slow that down, please? This is 28-1.
28-1.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. Let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. Starting off with tomorrow, temperatures on Friday are sitting at a high of 28 degrees. You can expect some snow showers sporadically throughout the day and a low of 6 degrees. Going into Saturday, though, those cold temperatures are back. We have a high of 9 degrees and a low of -6 degrees, still with some sporadic snow showers that will carry into Sunday as well, with a high of 8 degrees and a low again of -6 degrees. On Monday, we're going to get some clouds, a little break from the snow, with a high of 17 degrees and a low of 6 degrees, and then it will start to warm up just a little more on Tuesday with a high of 24 degrees and a low of 15 degrees. But
even though the clouds are still here to stay, the sun has been starting to set a little later and later each night, giving us something to look forward to. Back in December, the earliest time when the sun set was at 4:29 p.m. back in December. So Luke, Kaitlin, I have a little game to guess what time the sun set today, as we know it did already go down. So was it A, at 4:58 p.m., B, 5:07 p.m., C, 5:22 p.m., or D, 5:46 p.m.? Okay, I think I'm going to say C, 5:22.
You took my guess. I was going to say that too. I think yesterday we were driving around actually together at like 5:15 and we were like, oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful sunset. So I feel like 5:22 is where it was at.
You guys are exactly right. It was 5:52 p.m. today. Congratulations. That's all I have for right now. Drew, what do we have coming up in sports?
And instead of a sunset, lacrosse is more in a sunrise, full swing action, the Cuse here on the Hill. Plus, we'll take a trip to the Golden State to talk about the Super Bowl with my man Adam Avon live on location. You won't want to miss this.
Lately, not my happy place. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. The parents were not themselves. My little brothers were morphing into small creatures. The walls were closing in. Clearly a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. And there's a lot of that going around right now. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It might not get you out of the house, but it could help you find a little more breathing room.
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
Lacrosse is getting started here on the Hill, and the SC women's basketball team is heating up. I'm Drew Alba, and welcome into sports. But before we get to all of that on the Hill, let's bring in Adam Avon live in San Francisco, covering all the action leading up to Super Bowl 60. Adam, how are we doing, and how has the Super Bowl been over in San Francisco?
Drew, this has been one of the craziest experiences of my life. So far this week, we have seen everybody from local Syracuse alumni who went on to the NFL and everybody else who you know actively in the league right now. As you can see, there's people walking by me. I'm going to get out of the way just so you can see kind of the madness. It's slowed down over the past couple of hours, but it's been non-stop. We're on the radio every morning from 8 to 11 here on the West Coast, so we get up extremely early. And then for the rest of the day, we're out around, we're shooting content, interviews that are posted on Live Newhouse Sports SU, go check it out, as well as some other Citrus content. And so we're constantly doing stuff, but just to see everybody here, all the media from around the NFL and in sports, being in one place. San Francisco is the mecca of technology, and it's the mecca of the Super Bowl for this week. It's been awesome to be a part of it.
Yeah, Adam, I mean, you're looking like Simba in The Lion King, getting the stampede in the background behind you there. So, Adam, is there any other Syracuse ties that you found all the way over in California?
Well, obviously, I didn't come here alone, so our good friend Nick Whaley, standing behind the camera right now, But outside of our friends from Newhouse and Citrus that are here with me, there's so many Syracuse alumni here. Not only all the broadcasters, Adam Shine, who's on Mad Dog Sports Radio, joined us on our radio show, as well as Hall of Famer Donovan McNabb, Syracuse Ring of Honor, was here as well. So we're meeting everybody who've come through Syracuse University this morning. Talked to Roland Williams, Super Bowl champion, Syracuse alum who played with McNabb in the late 90s. So it's just been an awesome experience. We have Doug Marrone, former head coach of the Orange, is coaching the offensive line for the Patriots in the Super Bowl, as well as Tommy DeVito. You know, Tommy Cutlets is the backup for Drake May and the Patriots. And so we got so many Orange Nation here in San Francisco. It's so exciting to see.
All right, thanks so much, Adam, for coming on. Man, a little sun kiss there. I wish I was right there with you in California. Let's go back to reality, though, here in the 3-1-5. The Seahawks, by the way, are going to take down the Patriots. Other than that, though, Syracuse women's basketball is currently in action in a bout with Boston College. The Orange lead the Eagles early on. It's Layla Felia getting it done for Syracuse. That game started at 6. We'll have more updates as the night continues on our socials. Other than that, though, Syracuse takes on and projected to be a 9 seed in March Madness, according to ESPN. It would be the Cuse's second time dancing in the last 3 seasons under head coach Felicia Leggett-Jack. Switching up, let's head to the turf. Syracuse is playing the Hawks of St. Joe's. Their first game was canceled due to weather, and they're not the only ones. Over half of all NCAA Game 1 matchups were postponed or canceled because of conditions, but you don't have to worry about that here on the Hill. The Orange host the Hawks in the Dome Saturday. Catch Orange Press Pass for post-game action right here on Citrus TV. Joey Spallina and all them boys trying to go all the way to the promised land. Those are seniors, and they finally could get it done this year. All right, Luke, guys, over to you.
We will see as the season progresses, Drew. Thank you so much.
When we come back, last look at your weather. Stay with us.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early, when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Baby, you see, you're so right for me, and I'm right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet tasting wine. Your lips are so divine. Your loving turns me on. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go. Baby, never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When you wake up tomorrow morning, temperatures will be sitting at 16 degrees. It's going to feel more like 10 degrees with cloudy skies throughout the day that will be here to stay, unfortunately. Guys?
Don't love that news whatsoever. Yeah. But what I do love today, the NFL revealing that artists Charlie Puth, Brandi Carlile, and Coco Jones will be performing in the Super Bowl pregame show before Green Day.
There will also be a historic first for the Super Bowl, as there will be an interpreter using Puerto Rican Sign Language.
Guys, we need to know, what do you think of that pregame lineup?
I think it's super exciting, and we're going to have a lot of really good music.
Oh,
I mean, so I'm going to be more nervous. I'm a Seahawks fan, so I'm going to be sweating through the whole game, but looking forward to it.
You probably won't even be paying attention to the music that's happening before. I got to say, I love Coco Jones. Her new album is pretty great. Her collaboration, with Renee Rapp was really good. I love Brandi Carlile. She's like a country folk classic.
Yes.
And Charlie Puth, I mean, come on, you can't go wrong with some pop music right there.
Charlie Puth, I feel like he hasn't released some new music in a while, so I'm kind of excited to see him pop back into media like Harry Styles did last week at the Grammys.
Yeah.
Will you be watching the game though, guys?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
The big game.
Of course.
Or the commercial.
I'm cheering for your Seahawks, don't worry.
Yes.
I can't see the Patriots win another time as an Eagles fan. But
I wish the Eagles were in.
Yeah.
Are we watching commercials as well? Is that a big deal?
I feel like they've gotten worse the past few years.
I've seen so many people like betting on commercials nowadays. I mean, I saw that on market shares, but well, that's all we have for Citrus TV News Live at 6 for this Thursday.
Don't forget you can follow us on Citrus TV News on Instagram and X. Now for the entire news team, I'm Kaitlin Campbell.
And I'm Luke Welch. Have a great night, Syracuse.